I'd like to know what the government is going to do for post-secondary education and funding.
The post-secondary education system needs to have a good long look at this, in my opinion, because I think there are an awful lot of people going through post-secondary education, well, not an awful lot, but there are a number of people who really should not be there. So this causes a strain on the finances of the system, and I think we need to maybe tighten that up. I think our universities are getting too big, too many people going to them, and not, in my opinion, qualified. University, I believe, should be for the real hard workers, the ones who really want to work hard at those things. And I don't think that every person who goes to university has that in mind.
What are you prepared to do to make the hard decisions to relieve the pressure on the environment?
I think as I have said previously, the first thing that was necessary to do was for us to recognize we had a problem. That, I think, has been done. Now I think there's a necessity to encourage people, that's whether they're in homes or businesses or factories or whatever, to learn to conserve properly, to do the necessary things that conserve our non-renewable resources. The pollution problems that we face, people are recognizing that they are there, and they're slowly starting to work towards them. And I think encouragement, education by government, that why we need to do these things, will bring people on side. I don't like regulating people into cleaning up the environment. I don't think that's the way to go. I think encouraging them is the way to go.
So I'm wondering, are you in favor of a change? If so, would you give me your reasons? And if not, could you tell me what you'd like to see done to gain respect and trust for the parliamentary system again?
Electoral system that we have in this country at the moment, the democratic system that we have embraced, the first past the post system is not fair. It's not fair, because when a government can be formed by, and in some cases a majority government can be formed, when only 40% of the people have cast a vote or less for that party and they can form the government, there is something wrong in that. It has to be that it needs more votes. It needs much more of a consensus from the people to form the government. So that's the problem I see with it. Do you correct that problem with proportional representation? I don't know. I look at countries where proportional representation has been tried, and in Holland and in Germany, and not Germany, sorry, but in France and I believe in Italy. They experimented with it, and they didn't find a system that worked. The proposed system for Canada, personally, I don't think it's the right way to go.
What are we going to do about the poverty situation in this town?
I don't see poverty in Peterborough as being a tremendous problem. Yes, there are certain people who slip through the cracks, and they've got to be sorted out. And funnily enough, the real people who have most need of help for their poverty are the ones who don't come forward and say anything about it. So there are a number of those out there. But again, I don't think the problem is as big as some people would have us believe.
So do you think that you would put together some initiatives to deal with that slightly, or would that be an issue that would not necessarily?
I think we have to recognize where the problems are. Yes, we have to do the whole thing with the Brock mission at the moment. There are a lot of people down there who need care and attention through no fault of their own. And something like the Brock mission, who ever allowed that or even talked about that closing down? No, totally wrong. We've got to support these systems, of course we do.